Most people look at Shambhavi Mahamudra and Sudarshan Kriya and see two breathing practices. They think they are similar, interchangeable, or even the same thing in different packages. Nothing could be further from the truth. One is a consecration, a way of sealing your energy so it flows in a completely new direction. The other is a purification, a way of releasing accumulated stress and toxins through the power of the breath. Understanding this difference is not just academic. It changes how you practice, what you expect, and ultimately, what you get out of your sadhana. Let's start with what you experience right away. When you learn Shambhavi Mahamudra, many practitioners report an immediate expansion, a sense of clarity, peace, and even bliss from the very first session. Why? Because Shambhavi is a consecration, not something you build gradually over time. The work has already been done during the inner engineering program. The daily 21-minute practice is simply accessing what has already been established within you. You are not trying to achieve something new. You are unlocking something that is already there. This is why even beginners often feel dramatic shifts in their emotional balance, mental clarity, and inner peace. A survey of over 500 practitioners found that 91% reported greater inner peace, 87% experienced improved emotional balance, 80% gained greater mental clarity, and 79% felt increased energy levels. Sudarshan Kriya works differently. It takes you on a journey through rhythmic breathing cycles, starting with Ujjayi breath, then Bhastrika, then the Kriya itself. Each cycle releases another layer of stress. Practitioners often describe a gradual deepening. The more you practice, the more layers peel away. The practice takes around 30 minutes daily, and the benefits build over time. Rather than an immediate access to a consecrated state, you are systematically cleansing the system. This is why Sudarshan Kriya can feel different on different days. It depends on what you are releasing. A study in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found sufficient evidence to consider Skaya beneficial, low-risk, low-cost adjunct to the treatment of stress, anxiety, PTSD, and depression. There is a profound difference in how these practices affect your brain. Studies on Shambhavi Mahamudra show something remarkable. Practitioners become peaceful and pleasant, but at the same time, their brain activity goes up. EEG research revealed greater coherence between the right and left hemispheres, indicating better integration of brain function. Higher coherence is correlated with higher scores on IQ and creativity tests, as well as emotional stability and cognitive flexibility. Practitioners also showed a significant increase in delta and theta brain waves associated with deep relaxation and a marked reduction in beta waves linked to mental tension and anxiety. When you practice Shambhavi, you are literally rewiring your brain for peace and possibility at the same time. Sudarshan Kriya, on the other hand, creates what researchers call restful alertness. EEG studies show that rhythmic breathing in sky accentuates theta rhythms, allowing for an easier transition to a relaxed meditative state while maintaining wakeful alertness. One study found that sky practice led to an increase in both alpha and beta energies, indicating a state of calm, focused awareness, alongside improved task performance and multitasking ability. The key is that sky trains the sympathetic nervous system to respond appropriately to stress, a brief stimulation followed by calm and alertness. This is why practitioners often report feeling deeply relaxed yet fully awake after practice. The research evidence for both practices is substantial. For Shambhavi, a 2018 clinical study showed significant reductions in perceived stress, with scores dropping from a median of 13 to 7 within 6 weeks of practice. Participants reported more positive qualities and fewer negative qualities in their relationships, increased interpersonal mindfulness, enhanced compassion for others, and overall personal well-being. One study even found that after 90 days of practice, practitioners were 6.4 years younger on the cellular level, with significantly improved inflammatory markers. For Sudarshan Kriya, a 2025 review in Curious compiled evidence for its benefits across multiple body systems: central nervous system, cardiovascular system, respiratory system, immunity, oxidative stress, and genomic expression. Studies show sky improves heart rate variability, balances the autonomic nervous system, and reduces cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress. For people with depression, Sky has shown comparable efficacy to antidepressant medication, but without side effects. What about the specific benefits for daily life? Shambhavi practitioners often report profound improvements in their relationships. A 2024 study published in Frontiers in Psychology found that after the inner engineering program, participants experienced more positive qualities and fewer negative qualities in their relationships, increased interpersonal mindfulness, and enhanced compassion for others. Participants described releasing long-standing pain, adapting to life transitions, and deepening kindness toward themselves and others. The practice doesn't just make you feel better alone, it transforms how you connect with others. Sudarshan Kriya practitioners report similar relational benefits, with studies showing improvements in social connectedness and quality of life. Sky also shows particular effectiveness for sleep quality, with all studies in a systematic review showing some beneficial effects on sleep. Here is where most practitioners go wrong. They treat these practices as interchangeable. They try to do them both without proper understanding, or they expect one to deliver what the other offers. This can create energetic conflicts or imbalances. Shambhavi is a consecration. It seals your energy in a new direction. Sudarshan Kriya is a purification. It releases what is stuck. One is about accessing what is already there. The other is about removing what is in the way. If you do Shambhavi expecting active purification, or Sudarshan Kriya expecting to access a consecrated state, you will be confused and your benefits will be reduced. If you are considering practicing both, seek proper guidance from certified instructors first. The time commitment for each practice is also different. Shambhavi is a 21-minute practice designed to be done once daily, with a maximum of 2 sessions per day and a minimum 4-hour gap between sessions. Sudarshan Kriya takes approximately 30 minutes to complete. Both require consistency. Benefits are not automatic. They depend on regular, correct practice. As one study notes, proper training by a skilled teacher and a 30-minute practice every day will maximize the benefits. This is true for Shambhavi as well. The full benefits, including cellular changes, require at least 1 mandala, 40 to 48 days of daily practice. The common thread between both practices is the breath. Shambhavi combines alternate nostril breathing, hum chanting, breath awareness, and postural yoga into a complete system that aligns your physical, mental, and energetic dimensions. Sudarshan Kriya harnesses the power of specific rhythmic breathing patterns to regulate prana, life force energy, and induce deep relaxation. Both are categorized as focused attention meditation (FAM) practices, techniques that cultivate sustained attention on specific anchors like the breath. But the anchor is used differently. In Shambhavi, the breath is part of a larger alignment. In Sudarshan Kriya, the breath is the primary vehicle. What should you expect in your daily life? Shambhavi practitioners often report a chemistry of blissfulness within them. As Sadhguru explains, the reason most people are unhappy or unhealthy is that the physical, mental, and energy bodies are not aligned. Shambhavi aligns them so that joyfulness becomes a natural way of living, not an accidental occurrence. Sudarshan Kriya practitioners often report feeling lighter, less reactive, and more resilient. The practice releases stress layers that have accumulated over time and helps regulate emotions more effectively. One study found that after a 4-day workshop, Sky reduced stress, anxiety, and depression with effects that persisted. The health benefits of both practices are well documented. For Shambhavi, improved cardiac health, greater brain coherence, improved sleep, enhanced attention and focus, and reduced menstrual disorders. For Sudarshan Kriya, improved cardiovascular function, better immune function, reduced oxidative stress, and documented benefits for anxiety, depression, PTSD, sleep disorders, and quality of life. Both practices have been shown to reduce medication usage for a range of ailments. But the mechanisms are different. Shambhavi works through alignment and consecration. Sudarshan Kriya works through purification and stress release. What would the teachers themselves want you to understand? Sadhguru emphasizes that Shambhavi is about accessing what is already there. The job has already been done. All you have to do is try to make it available for yourself. Sri Ravi Shankar emphasizes the importance of consistency and proper preparation. After Sudarshan Kriya, you should sit and meditate for some time. Kriya should always be followed by meditation. The key message is the same. Learn from a qualified teacher, practice consistently, and respect the uniqueness of each practice. Both Shambhavi Mahamudra and Sudarshan Kriya are powerful transformative tools, but they are not interchangeable. Shambhavi is a consecration, a seal that locks your energy in a new direction, enhancing possibility while maintaining peace. Sudarshan Kriya is a purification, a rhythmic breathing practice that systematically releases stress and balances the nervous system. Understanding this difference is what most practitioners miss. If you practice Shambhavi, approach it with the understanding that the work has already been done. You are accessing what is already there. Do it once daily with full involvement. Create the psychological ambience before practice. Don't try to stop your mind, just follow the steps. And never do it more than twice a day. If you practice Sudarshan Kriya, follow the preparation steps properly. Meditate after the Kriya. If morning practice makes you sleepy, try evenings. Practice consistently at least 30 minutes daily. Don't chase bliss, just practice. And remember, Kriya should always be followed by meditation. And if you want to practice both, seek proper guidance from certified instructors first. The practices come from different traditions, are taught through different organizations, and have different energetic signatures. Respect both traditions and practice with awareness. The power of these practices is real and well documented. But the power is unlocked by correct, consistent practice with proper understanding. Both practices have been validated by scientific research and have transformed millions of lives. But transformation doesn't come from just learning the technique. It comes from practicing correctly, consistently, and with the right understanding. If you are currently practicing Shambhavi, don't treat it like Sudarshan Kriya. If you are practicing Sudarshan Kriya, don't treat it like Shambhavi. And if you are considering which one to learn, understand what you need. Do you need alignment and consecration? Or do you need purification and stress release? The answer will guide your choice. If this video helped you understand the difference, hit that like button. Drop a comment below. Which practice do you practice? Have you noticed the difference? Subscribe and turn on notifications. More practical sadhana guidance is coming. I'll see you in the next one.